Okay, on to match 4. We're currently 3-0, having beaten the Epic Storm, Maverick, and Stoneblade last round. And we win our first dice roll for the league. So I'm trying to figure out, does this hand win the game on turn 1? So Dark Ritual is 4 Storm. So I think we only have 8. So we're going to pass. So we have 6 cards, we can recast 2 of them. Unless we can do something like cast Tendrils twice, but I feel like we need more mana for that. So how much mana do we have? We have 5, 6, 9. First Tendrils brings us to 5, and we then need to flash back Past in Flames, so it's no good. Our opponent leads on Arid Mace of a Tundra into Portent, so we know exactly what it is, and it's Miracles. Now, I think I want to draw exactly Duress here, because I think if we draw exactly Duress, I think we win. I'll take Ponder. So I'm not sure. Now he's cantripped. It's hard for me to know whether or not it's worth just trying to go for it here. I feel like if he just jams a counterbalance here, we're probably going to lose. Whereas previously all we needed to beat was Force of Will. Alright, well let's probe and take a look. It's not as good as Duress. But it does seem like it is 100% worth jamming. And we're going to try to bait a counterspell with a Dark Ritual. But he's not taking the bait. Here I think we can... Okay. So we're going to get about 1 million mana here. And our opponent's got to pick which spell to force. Because what's going to happen here is if he forces Cabal Ritual, so he needs to find exactly double Force of Will or like Force of Will plus Flusterstorm. What happens here is if he forces Cabal Ritual, Infernal Tutor gets another Ritual and we flash back Past in Flames. If he forces Infernal Tutor, we flash back where Cabal Ritual generates another 5 mana. We have a red off the pedal and we flash back Past in Flames. So the fact that he's cast a second Brainstorm means that he's really likely to lose here. From here, I think we just grab a Cabal. Yep, okay. Force of Will number 1. Let's see if he's got number 2. And we'll probe just to get Storm counter. He can't possibly win from here. Okay, so we're going to bring in a Miracles package. You can see my ability to type. I can somehow manage to hit F keys to pass priority. I can't type to save my life. I'm way too used to autocorrect and spell check by now. So 2 ground seals to cut off Snapcaster Mages. Xanta Swarm, because if it resolves, we win. Abrupt Decays to deal with counterbalances. We're going to cut 1 to 2 Preordains. I like keeping 1. I like cutting a basic Swamp. And I just like keeping as much of my combo intact as possible. And these days, unlike Old Miracles, I do like keeping Ad Nauseam in. My opponent's saying he needed to choke mana earlier. So unfortunately for him, if he choked mana earlier, he still needed double Force of Will. Yeah, that's right. So if we cast Dark Ritual and he forced Dark Ritual, then we Lotus Petal Dark Ritual. Yeah, okay. So I don't think he had an out. Okay, so this hand's mediocre. However, I think if we can draw a Lotus Petal and Therapy for Force of Will. Okay, and there's that counterbalance. So we're just going to fire off this Brainstorm now, because this is going to get a lot harder for us from here. I kind of want to keep... Alright, so we're going to redraw the Therapy, which is actually going to be really great in about a turn. Because I think what's going to happen is we're going to play out Delta, pass the turn, end of turn, decay counterbalance, untap, cast Therapy, cast Ad Nauseam, win. This is our goal. So we're going to hope that actually, ideally, once we fetch, we're going to draw another land, another black source, because I'd like to be able to Therapy twice. So we're going to take the Bayou, because we want as much black mana as possible. Okay, so I think now we want a Dark Ritual first. I still think we should have Dark Ritual there. So one of our Dark Rituals can eat a Force of Will, that's okay. And we'll run a second Dark Ritual into a Cabal Therapy, into the Flusterstorm here. Because what's going to happen here? So we're going to... So we're going to have Cabal Therapy, Dark Ritual, Cabal Therapy. Okay, fantastic. So we've just eaten his hand. And we still have a Therapy left over. So we're looking really good, so long as we dodge counterbalance. So I think at this point we'll lead on a Duress. We'll see what counterbalance triggers. And our opponent's being really greedy here. So I'm not sure at the moment whether or not he knows what's on top of his library. But I think he needs to reveal now. Because I don't think this is good for him from here. Because I think if we hit another Abrupt Decay, we probably win. We still have a land drop open as well, by the way. So we're just going to fetch a trop. Or use whatever land we have, along with our Lotus Petal. And we're going to decay the counterbalance, and then we're just going to be able to just tendrils him out. Unfortunately, I think we punted here, so what we should have done is we should have been getting a green source. So we should have got our trop straight away, and then just used our petals to kill him. So we punted as well, but he punted